there may be some false start involved here because, I clicked on to start the video and then I hit the button again, and so it stopped. Shortest video of my life. I was hearing a plot twist, twist and shout. So I'm not sure. I mean, it's, it's like in a long saga where you think you've gotten a hold of the story, and then it shifts to the point where you're like, how could that happen? When you are ready to have the courage to enter the wilderness, and someone somewhere says, don't do it, this is when you reach deep into your wild heart and you remind yourself, I am the wilderness. That's Brene Brown. I am the wilderness. Maybe that's the plot twist. We got here 9 of Wands. That's a card of the wounded warrior. And I see that the lion here, its fire energy, is stepping over this last barrier. It's like 1 foot over the line, sweet Jesus. I'm going to keep going. I am the wilderness. Tell us about this 9 of Wands, please. Ace of Swords. Somebody, I think, has been moving in the direction of a truth about who they are. They're aligning with some kind of truth. They've broken a pattern. They've moved beyond all these barriers or challenges. One foot over the line. So it's almost like when you're running a race and you get to the finish line, and just narrowly, just 1 foot over, and you win. And it's line and a line coming to me. And lion. Yeah, strength. I'll say. Lion. That's a major arcana card of integration. Maybe integration of the self. Becoming aligned with who you know, sword energy, you are. And you somehow made it on 9 of Wands. It was a real struggle. It took a lot out of you, or out of this person. Could be a Leo. And this is sort of like, once you get there, once you discover this truth about who you are, it's highly spiritual. You're sitting on the lotus flower and you are the opening. There's some sort of synthesis of aligning with yourself. I think this person may have had a lot of challenges around what they believed about themselves. And then there's this integration. It's a card of compassion to me, that strength card. Hierophant. It is spiritual. I mean, everything's spiritual, looked at from a certain angle. Becoming aligned with the truth. There's something about the angle, a certain slant that allows for this final step. And I think it's understanding your own power because you're open to the power of the cosmos. You're now a teacher. You can teach other people how to access this truth inside. You know, you're not going to supplant their higher power. You're going to align with it and realize it's in me. Realize it. And also in the sense of make it real. This is a earth sign card of Taurus. Make it real. It's like operating off that sort of sacred knowledge. Hard won. But it's like the answer is yes. I get it now. You know, I've got the key. You know, even if I had to kind of pick the lock to get at the truth, I'm one step closer in 3D to this lion-hearted energy inside of me. Okay, under Ace of Swords, we have Nine of Swords. That's a card of anxiety or disbelief or fear. This is a card of belief. Belief in yourself, belief in that part of yourself that reaches a little bit further to discover the truth about who you are. This might be you, this might be somebody you know and care about and feel great compassion for their what they've been through, because they've been through it. But it can be like a belief system, but here I think it's really quite pure in that it's internal. It's the self that identifies with the capital S self. And, you know, here it shows the bird standing on this one sword. I think somebody was scared to discover a truth. They didn't think they could make it. They felt like they'd had the will or the fire beaten out of them by something they went through. But they broke the pattern. And the Hierophant is looking right at this. And the Hierophant is pictured as the crow. And there's the bird. I don't think it's a crow. It might be a magpie. You know, looking right at it. And it might be like looking at one's own fear to become aligned, because it entails taking that last step. Nine of Wands. We have 2 nines here, almost at the end of a cycle. You know, 1 foot in, 1 foot over the line. 9 and 9 is 18. 18 in Major Arcana is the Moon card. So it's sort of the mystery. Getting messages from yourself or their higher self. And it may be both of you, because it's this synthesis. It may be something you said from a very compassionate place, because they'd been through it. So you may have said something that was calming to them, or that put them in touch with their higher power, you know, with their deepest core self. I'm hearing there's really only one of us, you know, in myriad shapes and forms, all of creation, but springing from this common source, there's really only one of us. You know, we're all aspects of the divine. That may have scared somebody to realize that kind of power or courage was accessible to them. The courage to step over the line. What does that mean, step over the line? 7 of Wands. You know, this is a card of protection or standing up for yourself, blocking certain things. And there's this growing plant in the middle. It's already in blossom. So it's like protecting. Somebody's worried about 9 of Swords protecting themselves as they step over this line. You know, where is this, what is this truth gonna, you know, it's kind of like I've protected myself and now I can realize my power, my strength, card of Leo. And maybe I'm dropping my fear around a need to protect myself. Because now I find protection in some core belief. It's like core strength, as if it's the building your core strength. Strength. So no more need to protect. On Hierophant, we have Chariot. Balanced forward movement. Now I can go for something. I might be afraid. I might still find this need to protect. I've put my, you know, I've put myself on the line. There's all this kind of line stuff coming through. I'm one step over the line. I took some action that pushed me over the line. So now I can move ahead, emotionally balanced, you know, centered spiritually. But tell me about this need to protect and the fear, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles, fear of losing it all. In earth energy, like the Hierophant is Taurus. You know, it might be like guarding my resources. I'm scared, you know, I'm scared everything will be taken away. So I'm guarding myself. And this is a card of growth. You know, guarding the ability to regenerate. Maybe there was before a belief system that I'm moving on from, that like played on my feeling that I wasn't deserving, so that I had to guard my, like somebody was really, because this can be a guarded energy too, but they're stepping over the line. They had to guard their resources. They were living out of a place of fear and lack. That's been overcome because this person knows who they are and they're moving toward it. They may be wounded, they may have been through it, but now they're aligning with a personal truth. On 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands. Wow. Queen of Wands is empowered energy. You know, here's the lion at their feet. It's like knowing your personal power, knowing where to go. And with Queen of Wands, it's often inward, you know, into the realm of mystery. This is the mystic of the minor arcana, the one who can read the vibes and perhaps can understand this person who's been through it. They're not going to go lead this person out. Queen of Wands doesn't, doesn't do that. But I think that, Queen of Wands, very attractive, pulls things toward them. And somebody's stepped over the line in order to overcome their wounded, I'm no longer going to live in a place of insecurity, of fear, a belief, sword energy, that I need to protect myself. Moving on from that. Major arcana. We have very positive major arcana cards. This has a little bit of the tinge of like a rigid belief system. Hierophant can mean that. But if that was the case, no, it's becoming very heart-centered. Like, I'll follow my heart. That's what moves me forward. That's what encourages me and gives me the strength to step over the line, to like step out of what? On strength. 3 of Cups. Step out of fear into connection. This is a card of connection, mutual love, like a circle of love. It's not binary, it's bigger than that. Somebody may want to reunite with the Queen of Wands, so they're willing to step forward and maybe be known. Ace of Swords. I know who I am now. I'm operating out of a position of truth and strength. And that symbiosis business of strength, getting strength and compassion from one another, that's what this is. 3 of Cups, it's like the inclusive circle of connection. Stepping over the line to move forward in a balanced emotional way. Feeling worthy, not unworthy anymore. Tapping into higher power, tapping into your own core self and your knowledge of there's really only one of us. We're united in mutual care, a kind of circle of affection. That's what keeps us safe. There's been a period of lack and fear and a need to protect, and we're moving out of that. And I was saying, where's the Cups energy? This is a card of Cancer. Well, it's right here. Having the strength, the courage to connect, despite the fact that somebody's been hurt and wounded. They're going to step forward and kind of claim their core strength. Their core strength. Their core truth. Not a belief system that's been dictated to them. That kept them in fear and kept them in lack and in a position where they felt like they needed to protect themselves. 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. They're stepping forward. Tell us about the fear, the anxiety, perhaps even an anxiety to believe in themselves. Star, sword energy of Aquarius. That's like a higher perspective. That's being guided forward. With that kind of overview I know how to move forward following my heart because I know myself. So I know you. There's really only one of us. Five of Cups on Hierophant. Five of Cups on Chariot, Hierophant. Moving on from sadness, disappointment, regaining balance through some kind of spiritual centering. I know who I am. It's kind of like I'm a child of God. You know, I'm worthy. I'm here for a reason. Two of Cups. Okay, Five of Swords. I mean, Five of Cups is supposed to go on Nine of Swords. I'm being corrected. And I think this is kind of the correction. Know yourself. Get aligned. You know your own heart. Know where you're going. Know the truth. Align with love. Align with connection. Be courageous. Step over the line. Align. Right? All this align stuff. And I dropped one, and I do. Yeah, I do. I have to go for it. And this is going to take a minute, probably. I lost a shoe in the process. Lovers. Lordy me. That's a choice. That's a choice to connect in this way, a card of Gemini, because there's clarity about a relationship, personal clarity, the overview, that star card, some kind of yin-yang, compassionate power couple. But it's inclusive, like it grows beyond Two of Cups to be something more expansive. You know, here are the three upright cups. It's kind of regaining, I mean, that's a period of mourning. It's the mourning dove. This bird is the mourning dove. It makes this sad coo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Somebody was in mourning. They've regained their balance and they're moving forward. You know, this isn't an easy connection. It takes courage and strength to recognize it. Because it comes with responsibilities. And a kind of recommitment to the belief that this is possible. There's really only one of us. You know, in the inclusive sense of it's sort of rejoice, rejoice. We've made some sort of choice. This is a card of choice, a decision. A card of choice. A decision to become worthy, I think, of that kind of relationship. You have to know yourself, sword energy, Gemini. You need to know both sides of yourself. And in this yin-yang way, the other guy, you want to create a synthesis. It's like, sort of like grow the love. Don't stop at just the binary relation. It's like, because this is a card of the collective too. This is a card of the collective. Some sort of purification of you know, how you know yourself, your capabilities. That knowledge is the key to connection. I felt like there was another card I dropped. Is it this one? Eight of Pentacles. That's having done some sort of internal work. You know, identifying, the work somehow is identifying the sweetness. You know, the nectar. Took a long time. But it's sort of like, now's the time, now's the season. It's the time of the season for loving. Old song, The Association. I think it took time to identify kind of because somebody had to purify themselves somehow so that they could know themselves. Ace of Swords. And they got the revelation. They were guided right to the center of the flower. There's something about, you know, the bees do a dance when they've discovered the nectar, the flower, the place. They'll come back to the hive and do a dance to let the other bees know this is where to go. The guides are coming through, you know, from above, so below, into Pentacles energy. I think you're a teacher and a healer. And you've got something to teach about relationship and about the courage it takes to step over the line. And it's basically follow your intuition. And it might be a fire sign who's lighting the way. Could be a Leo. One more. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's slow. It's slow going. It's step by step in your everyday life. Moving forward slowly but surely. So it really has taken a long time to locate the nectar, what you can bring back to the hive. And Aquarius energy, the energy of the star, can be a kind of, it's not hive mentality, but it's what's good for the collective, and a realization that you can align with that. Slow going. Knight of Pentacles. Where is this knight going? We keep getting this. The destination is the bower, the place where we can meet up. Somebody's taken a long time to get there, but they kind of got the message. You know, they watched the bee do its dance. It may be like they took a long time centering by doing the work of discovering their own nature. Ace of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. So now they can move forward. And it's kind of a quick calibration or rebalancing in the psyche. And then you've got to act it out in 3D. Step by step. But headed toward this destination, despite the wounds. Like this one is maybe calling the person in. Step over the line. You can do it. And this person can do it, but they have to go step by step. They can't just sort of magically go poof. But they can do it. They may be wounded, but they can do it. This connection, this Two of Pentacles, the Two of Cups is possible. One more? Yes. Three of Pentacles. this cooperative energy of building something with somebody, slowly but surely, in 3D, Three of Pentacles. Pentacles mean earth energy. That means something in your life. And this is kind of like the braid, where three or more are gathered in my name. It's, again, that expansive growth. Getting the map from the bee. And I think the message is like, to be or not to be. It takes a while to grow into yourself. And to trust the guides. And to trust that you've done the work and you're worthy of this lover's relationship. The guides agree. You've sort of been purified. You've done the work of purification. Somebody has. And I think it's perhaps an air sign who's come to know themselves. There's really only one of us. This is that energy of cooperation. Like, we can work together to build this, to build the bower, step by step by step. It's like, don't skip the steps. Don't listen to your fear. Don't listen to, the mourning dove. Don't be the mourning dove. Don't stay in grief. I always see this as a card of the widow or the widower. Somebody was hurt. They were put in this position of, I don't feel worthy. I need to protect myself. I'm afraid this is going to happen again. Summoning the courage to step over the line, perhaps drawn in by this, the warmth of the Queen of Wands. Willing to do the work. And listening to the guides. Seeing them, hearing them. Two major arcana cards of very powerful knowing and recognition. Knowing and recognition. There's really only one of us. There may be that kind of synthesis, a feeling of such yin-yang, meeting your match, having done the work. Now you've achieved, through compassion and courage, this kind of synthesis, this kind of relationship. And it can be, it's a higher level of commitment. And it may be to each other, and it may be somebody's on the move in their psyche and physically in their 3D life. It's slow going, but like the wheels are rolling now. The wheels of the chariot are moving forward. Is that it? That's it. We're on the move. Some knowledge that there's really only one of us. It's a highly spiritual knowledge about compassion and courage, stepping over the line. We've all been wounded. We don't need to live there. Pentacles energy. In a place of lack, in a place where we have to guard our growth, where we have to mourn, without end. We're stuck in a cycle of fear and sadness. Tap into the higher power, which says, move forward, you're worthy. Acknowledge it. And there's something about the collective here. There's really only one of us. I think you're, by example, drawing people out of their whatever kept them kind of caged up or kept their core strength that threatened to deplete their core strength. And you set some kind of example, not by running around trying to chase them down. They had to step over the line. That's what they're doing. They're stepping it over. Knight of Pentacles, slowly but surely. You know, this person is careful. But they've got the map. The bee dance. To be or not to be. To be or not to be. Okay. I think that's it. I love you guys. Yeah, go like this. Welcome aboard. And I'll see you next time.